Hey guys, welcome back to LJ's Kitchen. I'm your host, Tamika Miles. I am going to make some macaroni and cheese for you, my style. My mom made this growing up, again, with the sounding cakes all the time. And we would make multiple meals. No, she would make multiple meals for dinner all the time. So she didn't have to cook all week long. She would make 2 meats. So she would make maybe fried chicken, and we're going to make some fried chicken later on another show. And I'll show you how to do that, my style. And she would make 2 meats, whether it was beef and chicken or beef and fish. And then we had food at least until Thursday. And then she would maybe have to cook one more day because Friday and Saturday is always the chill day, tuna fish sandwiches, grilled cheese and tomato soup. And then Sunday she would start all over again with her meals. I'm going to start with my elbow noodles that I already pre-cooked. And I want them still to be hot. This is kind of like the trick. Oops, blooper. This is kind of like the trick to my family's mac and cheese. You see the steam is still coming off of the noodles. I don't rinse them because I need all of the cooking starch. So then I'm going to add in my softened butter, a whole stick. This is a very, very rich meal, so I use a whole stick of butter. Don't write me letters. And then I'm just going to stir it and make sure all the noodles are coated. I don't have glass bowls, guys. I know you want to see everything in a glass bowl, but I'm doing the best that I can. And I hope you're able to see that. So when all the butter is incorporated, then we are going to start cracking our eggs. Now, per box, I know my mother probably used, I'm going to say 8 to 12 eggs per 16-ounce box of noodles. Today I'm going to use 8. I know that seems like a lot, but it makes our mac and cheese really, really rich and creamy and fluffy, almost like a souffle. Did I tell you guys about my voice? Forgive me for my voice. I have been under the weather for a few months. And being under the weather, I lost my voice. And I can't seem to get my voice back, so it kind of comes and goes. I cracked all my eggs. Now, with anything that is poultry, you want to make sure that you wash your hands if you touch raw eggs so that you don't contaminate anything. Okay, so I'm going to get I need a fork. I'm going to scramble these eggs up a little bit. And believe it or not, in scrambling these eggs up, I'm going to add my salt and pepper for my mac and cheese in with my eggs because it's just easier to mix in with your egg mixture. I feel like I have to sneeze. And believe it or not, I'm going to add a couple noodles to my egg mixture and stir it around because it tempers my eggs so that my eggs don't cook when I put them in the hot noodles. So this is important to put them in with the hot noodles because it makes it nice and frothy. And I'm just going to stir away so that I can make sure that all my noodles are incorporated with the egg mixture. Can you see that? So it's nice and frothy. So now at this time, I'm going to add all my cheeses. Now, the cheeses that I use are already pre-grated my cheese. You can use whatever cheeses you want. I use an aged sharp cheese. Sometimes I've even used an Italian sharp cheese because it's really flavorful and pungent, and I like the sharpness of that cheese. And I also used cheddar, mild cheddar, sharp, extra sharp, and Monterey Jack. I didn't use Colby this time. Sometimes I use Colby, but it wasn't on sale, so I didn't use it. So I have about 40 ounces of cheese in here that I added for one box of noodles. So this is how much cheese I have. It looks like a lot. So I'm going to add an entire can of evaporated milk. And I'm going to stir. And then I'm going to use my whole milk. I don't get great results using skim milk. You need the fat of the whole milk. So I don't actually drink cow's milk anymore. I drink almond milk, but almond milk would not be good in this. So I put about, I want to say about 3 cups of milk in here. You can use white pepper. I use black pepper and kosher salt because I usually use sea salt, but I ran out of that too. So we're going to use what we have in the pantry. So sometimes if you are a busy mom, I'm not a busy mom anymore. I'm just busy. But my kids are all grown up. My daughter Erica is 31. Eric is turning 30 this year. And then I have my twins, Shaquille and Dominique. They are turning 26 this year. So it should look like this. Really, really. And you got to kind of eyeball it. I know I don't use a lot of measurements or measuring cups or spoons and stuff like that because I was taught to use my eyes and taste and feel all my senses and smells to make mac and cheese or anything, really. So that's that. Okay. I added a little bit more milk because you really want this to be really creamy. And I probably could have used a few more eggs as I'm looking at this. But we're going to go with this for now. Sometimes if I don't have a lot of sharp cheese, I will go ahead and use a little bit of Dijon mustard. Dijon mustard has a little wine in it, so it gives an awesome flavor and it heightens the taste of the sharp cheese. So you want to make sure you can put a little Dijon mustard or mustard powder into your mixture as well if you don't have a lot of extra sharp cheese. So we are going to get this into a buttered casserole dish. My oven is on to 350. And I know I always make too much, so I don't know how to cook a little bit. I just don't. So we are going to get this into a casserole dish and sprinkle it with some paprika. I'm going to add a second one. And then that's it. We're going to see what it looks like when it comes out the oven. You want it nice and creamy like this. It looks like it's too much liquid, but it's not, I promise you.